Hey, what's up everybody? It's been over a year since my last video, and I finally decided that I'm gonna try and start making these videos again. I don't even have pretty much any of the same cars. Oh, and before I get too far, because it's been a year, reintroduce myself. My name is Eric. I like to boost everything, and you will see why. So anyway, the C6 is gone. My little GTI daily is gone. The Chevy SS that the wife drives is still here, but you'll see what I did to that. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to it. So, GTI is gone. I stepped up to a much bigger vehicle. This is my 2017 GMC Denali. It is a crew cab short box, and it's not stock either. I leave nothing alone. The first thing I did to it was Cook's long tube headers and a MBRP 3.5 inch catback, I'd call it, but it's basically the whole exhaust has been replaced. But what's more important is right after the headers, I already have the hood popped here, I moved on to some boost. Honestly, simply nothing I own cannot be boosted. So this is, wow, this thing's dusty. This is the old SLP TVS 1900 kit. A while back, these went on sale for stupid cheap, and I picked this one up. Now I should mention that this is a 6.2 liter truck. Most of these are 5.3 liters. You either have to get the Denali Ultimate package, which this does not have, or you have to option the 6.2 independently. So whoever optioned this truck did the 6.2 and they did the roof, but it's not the Ultimate package, so it doesn't have the towing controller, it doesn't have the bigger 22-inch wheels and chrome tow hooks up front, which I don't want anyway. This car with a 2.9 pulley, this is a 265, with a 2.9, I said car too, this truck, with the 2.9 pulley made 510 rear wheel horsepower. I have yet to dyno it with the 265. I'm going to say it's probably around 530. Now this is just on pump gas, no meth, no 85, none of that. Completely stock bottom end. But things are changing for this truck, and I'm going to walk over and show you. Right there. This is an LT4 bottom end, less than 10,000 miles, LT4, out of a, I think it's a 16 or 17 Camaro ZL1. And it already has a cam in it. It's a fairly decent sized cam. But I'm going to put this bottom end along with a set of ported LT1 heads in the truck. And I bought, which I don't have the box to show you, a Innovators West lower pulley to spin this even harder. So the goal is 650. I say rear wheel horsepower, but it's in auto all the time, so all wheel horsepower. And just honestly, something fun to drive back and forth to work. I'm still going to tow with it. I towed the next car I'm going to talk to about, the C6 replacement, all the way back from Kentucky with this, with the boost. And I wasn't afraid to floor it, and I was a little conservative on the tune, but it handled it like a champ. So, super nice kit, basically stock looking truck. I am going to do some chrome deletion. I know the Denali thing is chrome, but on this truck at least, I'm not a big fan of all the chrome. So I'm going to go ahead and do a black and blue grille. That'll be blue. Mirror caps will be blue. Get my hand out there so it focuses. Door handles will be blue. I'm unsure about the, I think you call it the, I forget what you call it. This molding up here. I'm unsure if I want to make that black and if I want to delete that. I will debadge it. Probably put it on the factory Ultimate package 22s. That's enough of that truck. So the plan is 650 rear wheel horsepower, all wheel horsepower, whatever. There is the woman Chevy SS. This is the family hauler. We wanted something to go to car shows together with, and you know, not have a boring car. This has been stock for almost 2 years, I think now, and that I just got tired of that. So as you can see, the 15 mufflers are there. What I did is I put the 16-17 dual mode mufflers on, which are quad tip. They look way better. They are not currently dual mode. It's basically open all the time, but me and a buddy are working on a controller to be able to shut those. Stock looking on the outside, obviously, but I just completed, this only took me 2 days over a weekend. a full swap. If I can open the hood here. Come on. So this is very common on these cars. People put the LSA superchargers on them. I did not do just the LSA supercharger. This is a full LSA long block with a custom spec TSP cam. Basically took a cam we use at the shop normally and tweaked it slightly. 865 lower with a 2.4 upper, unported blower. I'm using a stock 6th Gen ZL1 heat exchanger. The X-Air intake, Cook's long tube headers. It is on pump N 85. You can see the flex fuel sensor kind of hiding back there. On pump gas with this boost setup and no porting, made 625 robo horsepower, and on E85 it made 700, basically on the dot. A little bit of a lie, 699.97. It drove me insane to be that shy of 700, but it's a 700 wheel car. You can see the numbers on it from the track. I am going to go ahead and clip in some shots here of it on the dyno, me doing the shift points, and for the hell of it, I did a really gnarly burnout all the way through 5th gear. No track videos. I don't think anyone grabbed that for me while I was down there. But on this really shitty general street tire, it spun like 3 out of the 5 gears that I went through on the track, and I still ran 11.3 at like 134 miles an hour. So this is going to be a 10-second car on a tire. So enough of that. Another vehicle I purchased. Now I only purchased this because it was an unnecessarily good deal, and I do love GTOs. I used to have a silver single turbo 1,000 horsepower car. The goal was to keep this NA, but I kind of had to slap myself for that one because I don't leave anything naturally aspirated, and that's why it looks like this. There's not an engine in this car anymore. I sold the stock LS2. I sold the T56 out of it. Went ahead and had the front end repainted so it looks all nice and purdy like. And I bought a 5.3 liter. It's a Gen 4 internal 5.3 with a 227, 235 cam in it. I gapped the rings because obviously we're gonna turbo it. Now you see there's lots of turbos over here, but this is the Jamski that's going on here, a VS Racing billet 85 millimeter. This is the 96 by 88 turbine in the T4 housing. If I feel like going to the T6 housing, it's right there, but I really like the T4 housings on these turbos. We'll talk about those guys in a minute. So, GTO, basically going to be a single turbo car, 4L80E with a 36-ish stall. Not really going to put much of a tire on it because honestly, I just want to do stupid burnouts in this and goof around. I'm not too interested in what it runs at the track. I say I won't, but I'm probably going to put a tire on it just to see what it runs. But I'm going to buy cheap tires, do burnouts everywhere, enjoy some life. So you can see I've already swapped the pedals out. It's now an automatic. Ignore the orange stitching. I'll get a red one later. Basically an all black interior. I purchased some red door panels and put those in there. It's a shame. I did have some laying around, but they ended up getting all destroyed, so I bought them again. But there's this car, gorgeous spice red. So what did I replace the C6 with? Now that was a monster. That car made as much as 1362 wheel. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Fireball videos if you watched my channel before. If not, it was on the CSP channel and it's made its rounds on the internet. But that car was here. It's gone. I actually sold it to a buddy of mine with one of those exact turbos on there. At 8 pounds, it still made 800 wheel. As far as I know, he has not turned it up yet, but it'll make all of, with a Borg 84 millimeter, basically identical to this, slight compressor wheel change. It made 1221 rear wheel horsepower and 1270 something torque on like 22 pounds, 26 pounds. So he has the potential. Whenever the guy that bought that wants to turn it up, it'll do it. So C6 was replaced with this. This is I'm sure most of you know what this is because it's, look at it. It is a 2020 C8 Corvette. This is a 3LT pre-production model. Basically, it was run down the assembly line before normal production. Didn't have any extra miles on it, had less than 20 on it when I bought it. I bought it from Chevy Dude in Kentucky, and I trailered it back with the truck like I was saying earlier. I've changed the rims to some BC forged. Basically, stock sizes, just pushed out a little bit. Let's go to the interior here. Come on. It's got the 3LT. Red on black interior. Before I get too far, I did order a C8. I ordered a Blade Silver because I like the color of my C6, but it never came in. Chevy shut down because of all this craziness going on, and I still don't know when that vehicle's being made, and I'm not sure I'm even going to get it. It all depends on what happens in the next couple months here. Got some things going on, but this one I'm loving. It has everything except the MagRide. It's got the standard Z51 suspension, which honestly, if MagRide didn't exist, I wouldn't know the difference because this handles beautifully. I did do the high wing spoiler. It came with the normal one. Wow, my phone's yelling at me for getting hot. Wonderful. Okay. I did the Edge Red engine cover to match the valve covers. And you saw the turbos earlier. They're going on this. These are Comp 6265s, big old 65 millimeter. This is their new turbine wheel. This is an oilless turbo. It does need coolant. And I also had what's called the T51R mod done. Basically, it's a style of anti-surge housing. You can see there's like a gap here, and then no gap, and then a gap. It's going to make the compressor side of this turbo extremely loud. I want to hear these turbos from behind my head. So whenever we get them on there, we're still waiting on tuning to be doable. They're going to sit in this area, so you should be able to hear them plenty up there. We'll make an intercooler to take up the airbox area. And I'd like to see 7, 8, maybe 900 wheel out of this car. We're unsure what the dual clutch trans is going to be able to handle. It's going to depend on tuning solutions too. If you can, a lot of these transmissions, they, well, most of them, most of the newer automatics, the ECM sends a calculated torque to the TCM, and then the TCM in turn applies a certain amount of pressure, and in this case on the wet clutches. So if you're not tuning the ECM, or it's at least not reporting that calculated torque to the TCM, there's a good chance that clutch is going to slip, and that trans alone is 10 grand. So I don't want to do that. We'll creep up on that guy. So my phone was yelling at me for being too hot. I took the case off, stuck in front of the air conditioner. So if the audio quality changes, that's why. That's an update on all my vehicles. I got a lot going on. A lot of awesome cars here. But no, there's the stock LS3. I can't do this. Stock LS3 out of the SS. I actually traded that for the LT4 that's going in the truck with a customer up at the shop. But anyway, that's getting turbos. That's getting a turbo, 700-800 wheel on the 5.3, we'll see. 700 wheel Chevy SS, probably gonna port the blower, spin it a little harder. 800 wheel would be sweet. Truck, gonna be a little less because it's a big ass truck. Lots of drivetrain loss. 650 would be nice out of that. Anything less than 600 with boost, kind of lame. But that's all my cars. It was good making a video again finally. We'll see if I can keep up with this. If not, I'll see you in another year. Otherwise, peace out.